Today's feature race, the $600,000 Jim Beam Stakes, is presented at 4. The rest of our field here for the Jim Beam, you see support for a Road Rush, our Bud Longshot 5-1. Charlesy?
Well, that's a
answer, Dave, and it's almost time to find some answers.
And the late speedster, Mahogany Hall. 11 of them ready for the Beam, 1994. Bud Longshot acting up. All set, and they're off. And on the inside, Polar Expedition from the rail takes the early lead. Powis Castle is right there. And here comes Chimes Band with the white blinkers. 3 off the rail and moving up. Sir Walter Lies-A-Lot caught wide 4th as Pin Kai tucks Shepherd's Field into the 5th spot and saves ground in the red cap along the inside rail. Southern Rhythm is alongside next. Then a gap of a length and a half, and Dynafleet in the green cap at the rail is next. The Bud Longshot, Road Rush in the black cap and the blue colors on the outside. Then War Deputy, 3rd from last. A gap of 3 to the 2 trailers, Mahogany Hall, and Alvarez, the longest shot on the board, is 11th and last. 13 lengths from the leader. And the leader, as expected, is Polar Expedition with Kurt Bork in the irons, taking the lead now by 2 1/4 lengths. As Chimes Band moves a closer second, Powis Castle with Antley at the rail in 3rd. Shepherd's Field right there 4th. Now Southern Rhythm on the outside begins to close ground. He's 5th, but only 3 off the lead. As they go to the far turn, Polar Expedition lets out another notch. He's in front by 2 and running easily. Powis Castle on the inside, right there second by a head, and gaining on the front runner. Here comes Powis Castle with a powerful move now into the 2nd spot. Chimes Band in the checkered colors racing in 3rd. On the outside, Southern Rhythm is 4th, and just behind those in the red cap is Shepherd's Field. They're at the top of the stretch in the Beam, and it's been Polar Expedition every step of the way, but here comes Powis Castle on the outside, and down the stretch they come. Polar Expedition digging in and hanging on as Powis Castle is the only one with a chance to catch him. Here's the finish. Polar Expedition by a long neck, wire to wire. On the outside, Powis Castle was second in a big effort. The final time, 1:49. I believe Chimes Band finished 3rd. What a beam!
What a story. Polar Expedition. Right from the start, people said this coach was the only speed in the race, and he had the rail on a racetrack that usually favors speed, and it certainly held up today. Wire-to-wire winner, Polar Expedition, the gelding owned by James Cody, trained by Hugh Robertson, and ridden by Kurt Bork. What a performance by Polar Expedition. Now, that's way off the stakes and track time, which was 1:46 and 3, 1:49. Not especially fast, but Chauncey, position was important.
He tried hard, and maybe he was gaining on him pretty strongly at the end there, but that's not where it counted. It was Polar Expedition.
His dam, Wing C. 2nd, Chimes Band's 3rd. It's still unofficial.
And at the rail, of course, it was a real benefit to have the inside post position. And as they move under the wire the first time, it's going to be Polar Expedition, Powis Castle, and Chimes Band. Rarely happens in a race under the wire twice, but that's exactly how they're going to come back the second time. And of course, that's the important one. As Polar Expedition on the inside, Kurt Bork must be having a grin a mile wide. This has to be the biggest win of his career, and Chris Antley with a strong left-handed whip is not able to rouse Powis Castle fast enough to catch the early runner. Chimes Band was closer than usual. I believe he salvaged, yes, he did salvage the show spot, but it was all Polar Expedition. Southern Rhythm comes back empty-handed, and under the wire the second time, deja vu. 1-5-7, Polar Expedition, Powis Castle, and Chimes Band.
Again, what a big victory for Kurt Bork, the young rider, Hugh Robertson, the trainer, and for
Out of that first clump in 4th with the white silks there, right?
Yes, at this point he was moving well, but you know, quite frankly, from the quarter pole to the wire, he wasn't running his best at that point. He wasn't running real strong like he had been in his 3 previous.
Watch him go right out of the picture here.
Yeah, but if he was running, he wouldn't have got fanned outs, you know. I mean, I don't know if it was a track surface or what, but I watched the 3 races on this colt on the tape that they sent me, and I was very, very impressed. And I don't think he fired the same kind of race that he's been running.
So it could either be track surface, or could it be the distance?
Oh, I don't think it was a distance. If he ran up and hung inside the 8th pole or inside the 16th pole, I'd say, well, maybe it was the distance. That would be a question. But
winner of the Arlington, Washington Futurity at 2, winner of the Jim Beam, and